Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
You know, actually, I had so many programs for the last 1 month, and literally we just going through and going around, and I was just waiting. Kabe habe bolo se dinamar. When I will come to New Jersey, family. Finally. Yes, because you know it's called old friend better than too new. The one thing, sometimes people they saying, well, I want to go there, I want to go here, but it was a time when I was going somewhere. Now I'm going to somebody. It was the time when I was going somewhere, but now I'm going to somebody. And I'm so happy to be amongst nice friends and family. Family because father and mother, I love you. That's what actually family is. And that's what Srila Prabhupada wanted to create. And especially after this 2 years of pandemic and coronavirus, Prabhu. So I call him Karuna virus, Prabhu. Karuna. So dukh mein sumiran sukh kare, sukh mein kare na koi. Jo sukh mein sumiran kare to dukha hai kabhi. So sometimes little bit screwing required so people can take life seriously, because sometimes we are too much, you know, relaxed and we're not taking life seriously. Nowadays, people living such a lifestyle that even kings could not live before. In our table we have mango from Mexico, bananas from India, cherry from Russia. You know, everybody have their own chariot to drive, Lexus, Jeeps, chariots, you know. And they driving Pushpa Vimanas, you know, from India, you can come in 10 hours. Literally, every taxi driver can live as a king. Kings could not allow themselves to eat different fruits from different countries, just going to shopping center and just have everything, whatever you want, on the tips of your fingers. Pura dunya muttima. And today we have very special presentation, believe me. And sorry, I just, and I know that's always a super presentation. I already know, Krishna willing, because I was making this presentation on the way, putting things together. And just now it's crashed. Just I came here. I thought, oh no, man. So what to do? Everything, literally everything crashed, whatever I did. So I had to do, Krishna really making me expert. I was doing this presentation in 15 minutes on the way, and Krishna wants to make me it in 5 minutes now. So I did it in 5 minutes now. Put things together as a cook, which you have ingredients, you know, you have ingredients, and you have to make very quickly whatever you have. And I will start. Recently I happen to be a member of United Nations now. They requested me to be a part of. And recently we had the, it's an organization called URI, United Religious Initiative, as a part and department of United Nations. And recently we had big conference with very big leaders of all over the world of different religious confession. People from Vatican, from, you know, Israel, of Catholic, Muslim, Christians, and Hare Krishnas also, they came there. And really very respectfully, I loved that's kind of such a super family. Not artificially, we really connected to each other. And we had 7 days seminars. They requested me to speak in United Nations of the topic, how to bring modern youth to the spiritual platform. Not only Hare Krishna youth or Hindu youth, just in general, youth, young generation, because young generation, this is the future of our planet. And it is said that country which doesn't remember the past doesn't have any future. And we did presentation, and every day somebody of the world leaders were giving different topics. Some old people, families, and youth. And at the end, we had kind of get-together, final cultural get-together day. And what to do, nobody had idea how to make people from different religious background and age, you know, to get funny cultural, spiritual recreation program on Zoom, Mr. Zoom. We have so many Mr. Zoom, you know, pura dunia mutti mein, na? So they say, in mobile telephone, everybody, you know, in Zoom, in WhatsApp, and whatnot, Telegram. And I said, okay, guys, let's come together. And in the beginning, when we came together, so I asked everyone, okay, I took the steering in my hands, okay, guys, I had to be a little bit boasting, you know, okay, guys, because everybody's spaced out, I said, okay, I want to ask every one of you present, nearly 50 people were there. And can you imagine, everybody sitting in different parts of the world, Africa, Japan, Israel, Russia, and we are sitting in India, and everybody together. That's very cool. In fact, Mr. Zoom is super. He can unite everyone, isn't it? In spite of geography. And real friendship, in fact, real friendship is not a question of geography. Right? Because unity of the hearts is most important. And I ask everyone, literally, okay, quickly, you have 2 seconds to say one word about how do you feel and what do you expect from this meeting of international spiritual leaders, etc. And without thinking, how do you feel at the moment? And everybody started to speak, okay, good, love, cooperation, orchestra, you know, different, you know, whatever crazy words everybody speaking. And one Catholic Pope Father, he said, Amen. Fine. So and one lady was typing the list of these words. And I said then, okay, now what? That now by the end of this program, I said, we have to make competition. Who can create the poetry out of these words only? Oh no, how you can just, and we are supposed to have meeting and some session, and at the same time, by left hand, you have to create poetry. That's the fun, you know. So how to use these words and to put it into poetry. And who will win the poetry, he'll get the Nobel level reward. Love of God. Haribo! Haribo! So anyway, I'm joking. So, but Patri does Samhita Tatpare. So, but at the end, we make groups. It's very funny. And everybody came up with some kind of whatever spoke. But who won the competition? Guess, one attempt. Who won the competition? Of course, My Holiness. I'm kidding. So, but I wrote, I know who am I. I know one language. Of course, people saying I'm speaking many languages, you know. Sometimes I'm speaking birds' language, sometimes, you know, anything. I spoke last time, remember? Yeah. Yeah, many. But the best language is dog language. I know, all dogs, they love me. Because I Vaishnav Thakur, and Apnar Kukur, and also crow language. For those who are sleeping, especially. Getting late. So with this note, I'll read the, you know, competition first number poetry, you know, in the United Nations. Shall I? Yeah. So, and I really love, and I really felt to do the same thing today also. And that's like that. And then after hearing this, wow, super! Let's make it anthem of United Nations religious organization. And they made this anthem, you know, wow, United Nations anthem. Somehow. And I was feeling, oh. Actually, I was proud. I was proud of Srila Prabhupada. Because of Srila Prabhupada. You know? But we have to show that Hare Krishna also something, right? So, otherwise people think Hare Krishna, some crazy Hindus, you know. No. So, I call this global orchestra to play the music of divine love. Okay? We are so different and beautiful indeed. Together we can grow high with the spiritual speed. Like the divine orchestra, we can produce the song which will make all world united, harmonious and strong. The spiritual symphony descending from above, with heart united in hope and peace, will bring this divine love. In our song, we will use the words smile, unity and joy. Cooperation, love and harmony, the darkness to destroy. Rejuvenating family, together we create, to give the solace to the world before it's too much late. Create the symphony divine with love as a holy queen. Share your happiness with mine, so be it, and Amen.
Amen.
Because I had to include Amin also. And everybody was, wow, super, especially that Pope. Wow, how did you do this? You did it. He put Amin by thinking that Hare Krishna will never include it, but I did it. So, so everybody were ultimately united. Okay? So therefore, I found how much is important to have this united family and how to learn the language of love, really. Not English, not Chinese, not Nepalese, not Indian, no. Actually, all world can learn to speak the language of love. And ISKCON is the organization, right? I don't want to say the only organization, though Prabhupada said like that only, is perhaps the only organization which can teach love of Godhead. And Prabhupada said, we have everything first class. Why are you laughing? Prabhupada said, and Prabhupada said, we have everything first class. Why? Because we have first class deities. Radheshyam, Radha Madhava, anyone, you can take anyone. Radha Rasa Bihariji and any temples, beautiful deities. We have first class temples, Prabhupada said. Is it not? Not second, first class, including TOVP center coming up. The best. We have first class philosophy. So many volumes of books in Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Mahabharata, Ramayana, what not. Every kind of movie. Nowadays somebody watching movie Hare Krishna, Radha Krishna movie, going on 800 episodes already, 800. And then Mahabharata, and we have so many wonderful movies already, people. First class philosophy. And we have first class people to understand this philosophy. Very, very intelligent people. First class temples, first class philosophy, first class deities, first class people, first class prasadam. Prabhupada said, first class prasadam. Who don't agree, you can, after the program, you can stay, go to Sunday program, any program. 200 gram Shanti, 500 gram Bhakti, 1 kilo Ananda. So the people, special recipe. And that's how I was interacted, 1 kilo halwa. I used to eat so much. And Prabhupada said, you eat up to the neck. There's so much of, like duck, You could not, you should not be able to walk out from the program. Though so, and we did. And even when I joined Brahmacharya Ashram, we used to go for book distribution, fire up. Okay, book distribution, Haribol! And then we tell to the cook, you have to cook first class prasadam, okay? First class. Yes, done. And then must be halwa. Because we're going to distribute all day. We need some. And then he used to be super halwa, He used to ghee, honey, condensed milk and whatnot. All dry fruits. And I used to eat so much. We used to eat all brahmacharis up to the neck. And then when we finish this by 9 o'clock morning, usually, marathon, marathon, we have to eat as early. And we eat up to day because we have to do all day long. We used to up to here. And then Prabhu, little LSD, left side down. 10 minutes. And all brahmacharis, okay, let's little rest and then we go. Who wake up 12 o'clock, It's too late to go already anyway, let's do it tomorrow. And tomorrow was the same thing. In the beginning days of those, 90s, I remember, 3 years ago. Of course now, hardly we have time even to eat, seriously. Today I was scolded, you're eating so less, I took this much only. And guess what? We just don't want to eat too much. Because we're eating this, happiness, love, enthusiasm of devotees. And that's it said, Santushti Param Sukhi. So anyway, it's very, very important to be together. And Prabhupada said, we have first class temples, deities, philosophy, devotees, prasadam. And why people say don't want to join us? Reason only one. First class rascals. And bring him, I'll prove that. We have everything first class. Philosophy is super. Of course, we're not saying this to them, but we should understand Krishna, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he gave us such a beautiful philosophy. Anarpitam charim charam karudam batirnam kalao. He came in this Kali Yuga to give the supreme benefit of love of Godhead. You see, really. Nobody can get it in millions of lifetimes. Pantastu koti satavatsara sambragamyo vayo rathapi manaso muni pungavanam supyasti yatra padasim abhichinte tattve govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. And now the same very Adi Purusha, who is controlling all the worlds, whom nobody can understand, or maybe understand him as a light and nirvana and some father behind the clouds who is punishing and sending everyone to hell, or anything, but nobody can even guess how he looks like, how to love him, where he is staying. And Prabhupada said, we even know who his father, mother, even his telephone number, everything, information given to us. Once in a day of Brahma. You're so lucky. And Prabhupada said, if you understand how lucky you are, you'll faint, actually. And why people say don't accept it? Also, there is another reason. Because we have to present it properly. Right? And people, not fools, believe me, people very, very smart nowadays. Because you cannot become successful in this life if you're not smart. You have to be smart nowadays. You see, therefore it's very, very, very important when people coming, they're not buying philosophies, they're very rusty in Sanskrit, they don't understand all these things. Even we went today, a few American people, I said, do you know Vedas? No idea. What is this Vedas? Do you know Sanskrit? What? No, I never heard it. I was shocked. Come on. Have you heard Sanskrit? No? What is this? That's kind of preaching going on. People, they don't have no idea what is Sanskrit. And in many places, by the way, in many places, I'm not throwing the stone in your garden, but I'm telling you, it's ISKCON temples, it's Indian temples. Just Indian temples. So it's not something wrong in the script. Once we went with one senior devotee, I won't mention him, you know him very well, from India, and he said, you know, we were in 5th Avenue in New York, just a few years ago, when I came last time. And well, it's super, it's so wonderful Rath Yatra, but a little bit kind of wrong in the script something, because 80% are Indians here. Where are the Americans here? Something wrong. I mean, it's not bad, it's wonderful, but something wrong. Because we are in America, by the way. And he told Patri, why don't you look into the situation? Because you are Bideshi, you are foreigner. Ghar ka jogi jogra, bahar ka jogi siddha. So that's why, not Bideshi, we are all Bideshis here. Aaya hai so jayega Rajarang Fakir, jo Singhasan Chanchale Bandi Jan Janjir. Everybody came and will go. But what we need to do, we need to give Krishna consciousness to everyone. And how to do it? Because language of love is not about being American or Hindu or Nepalese. No, really. It's about environment. Shakti Parinamavada. And when we create this family in which people can feel it, wow, super. Who will not buy into the love? Who will not buy into friendship? I have friendship. Hundreds and thousands of people, friends all over the world, really. Even as I told you, URI, United Nations, Muslim, Hindu, Christians, and even I told to one, mullah, said, let's chant Allah, Allah Akbar. What's the problem? I mean, really, and he was chanting such a beautiful Muslim Urdu prayers. Allah, 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 from heart. I don't understand a word out of that, nothing. But it was like really super. And then I was chanting also Harik, United Nations. Yeah. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya, Hari. Of course, I didn't chant Hare Krishna straight away. I was warming up them. It took me 7 days to warm them up. But at the end, they said very well. I was hesitating because it's like huge. No? And I was some mantra Jaya Radha Ma Govinda Dagindina. Come on, Hare Krishna at the end, and everybody clapping. And everybody was expecting when he was chant Hare Krishna. And it's the very, very end. I chanted, and they went, no, yes, good. So, because they knew that I am very, very polite. I don't want to disturb anyone's faith. But ultimately everybody accepted. Because by that time, you can never expect people to lend their helping hand unless you'll be able to touch their heart. Okay? So that's why people first buying you, then people will buy your philosophy, whatever comes later. So therefore we will discuss with you how to create that wonderful family, really, wonderful family. And I'll be speaking today out of the box, please forgive me. Even I am hesitating, it's recording, so a few things I will show you that even maybe not in exactly Srimad Bhagavatam format. But it's very important, I found, because devotee is the one who can see Krishna's manifestation everywhere. Mai pashyati sarvatra. Right? Srila Prabhupada many times, he was using this example in morning walks, once he was walking. And he saw so much bird's stool on the ground. And Prabhupada put his stake, what is this? And all sannyasi disciples, Srila Prabhupada, it's like a stool of the birds. No. What is this? I mean, what is it? You have to think out of the box, you see. And then Prabhupada said, it means that even birds attached to their nests. Even birds attached to their nests. Because they're staying in one place, therefore they're passing so much stool. Usually when birds not attached and flying, you cannot even find it. But because they're attached, they're staying only in one place. And I was speaking with one sannyasi recently. He got some very bad disease and was hospitalized. And when he actually was thinking, my God, he was about to die. He left his body also. But then he was thinking, why Krishna does it to me? Why? He's so many punishing me. And then at the end, when he was almost recovered already, he looked in the window and he saw interesting thing he learned from that. It was one mother bird, pigeon, dropped the eggs, in the nest. And because he was there for 10 or something, few weeks, he was in hospital, he was able to look after this nest, day to day progress. And he said, I never knew that these pigeons, they growing like mushrooms, like anything. And in few weeks, this guy already was huge. And if in the beginning he was mother feeding him, ajata pakshaiva mataram kagaha, stanyam yathavat saratakshirartaha. So he just, ajata paksha, they're so eager to eat. And mother dropping, and then this guy became bigger because it was male guy. And mother already found it's too much I am feeding him. Kab tak usko jo hai, yaar? And then one day she came and this guy, prasad. And this mother started to beat him by the beak, And he just got to, hey, what happened? Get lost from here. And she started beating him like anything. So for this guy, it was kind of cultural shock. Beating very heavily. Bam, 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 bam. Around all his body. So this guy pushing himself, and then so much so that he just dropped from the nest. And he didn't know how to fly. Just hang by his, somewhere in the, some, whatever, branch or something. And she's hanging, and still she's just following him, and bam, bam, bam. Again he fall down. And then he started to, he had to do something, come on. So he hang on some branch, bigger one. And then she again following you. He went on another tree somehow. And she followed him there. And then I said, this lady too much. What is she doing to me? Come on. Big eyes like Jagannath. Hey, mom, what are you doing? Come on. And she just like, Kab tak khilana usko, jao yahan se. Get out from here. Go and get some job. So, and this guy, he forced by his mother, to fly. And finally just, and he just gone. And then mother, now it's peaceful. Okay. And then mother left him. Okay, let's get lost. And he thought, my God, he got the point that sometimes Krishna punishing us because our progress ahead proportionately depend on the kick from the back. Sometimes our progress ahead depends from the kick. Otherwise, we don't want to move. We're reaching some certain point, and we're moving around under the ceiling, you know. We don't want to break this. I mean, it's okay, comfortable zone, chalega, very nice. Oh, and you're already getting some comfortable zone. No. Krishna consciousness is not about comfortable zone. It's about sacrifice. As a homework for all of you, 6th canto, chapter number 6. Again, 6, 10, 6. 6th canto. Can you find out? Chapter 10, text number 6. Easy to remember. 6, 10, 6. Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srila Prabhupada expresses what is his inner desire and mission, right, of ISKCON. And that spirit we should not lose, actually. We should not. What is that spirit? Can somebody just get it? Yes. No, don't read everything. Can you come this? Can you give me? I'll just find it. It's like modern civilization. I'll just read it. Very important, because we don't want this presentation should be sentimental. And whatever I am saying, I want you to understand that whatever I just read and learned and traveled for the last 30 years, right? So I'm giving you the cream. Whatever I learned in 30 years, I am trying to give you in 30 minutes, right? Yam swanubhavamakhilam shutisaramekam samsarinam karunayaha purana guhyam. That's the very same secret. We're listening from Shukadeva Goswami. Why? Because he speaks from the platform of his realization. Okay? Another shloka, 141. What is the realization? Somebody can find now and read for everyone. Okay? And one second. And I'm reading what first this one. Prabhupada writes. At the present moment, the entire world is in a dangerous position under the spell of the godless civilization. Even marijuana in New York introduced legally and so many other things. The Krishna Consciousness movement needs many exalted, learned persons who will sacrifice their lives to revive God consciousness throughout the world. We therefore invite all men and women advanced in knowledge to join the Krishna Consciousness movement and sacrifice their lives for the great cause of reviving the God consciousness in human society, right? Not just come for Sunday program for free prasadam cookies, hi, and give donation 100 rupees or $100, whatever. It's not what Prabhupada wanted. Prabhupada wanted advanced in knowledge people to sacrifice their life, just like that, just one life, just one. Doesn't mean that everybody have to become nuns and monks. No. Arjuna was army warrior, he was a king, he had 4 wives, by the way. Prabhu's, as a notice on the side, he had 4 wives, big responsibility. And Bhagavad Gita knowledge, and Prabhupada said it's for them. 1 for 1. 1, first canto, first chapter number 1. And therefore we have to present Krishna consciousness from the platform of realization, anubhava. You see? Yam swanubhava kilam shutisaramekam. And what is this personal realization? Personal realization, Prabhupada writes, does not mean that one should, out of vanity, attempt to show one's own learning by trying to surpass previous acharya. No. He must have full confidence in previous acharya. And at the same time, he must realize the subject matter so nicely that he can present the matter for particular circumstances in a suitable manner. Means he has to make proper package for this community, that community, United Nations, Muslim nation, whatever it may be, Dubai, America, Russia, Africa, anywhere. You have to be, bottle. You have to make a new bottle. Same juice, but a new bottle, right? We make it vegetarian statement. So, in suitable manner, and Prabhupada writes, the original purpose of the text must be maintained. No obscure meaning should be screwed out from that. Yet, it should be presented in interesting manner for understanding of the audience. This is called realization. We have to bring the message across, right? without compromising the meaning, without minimizing the authority of previous acharya, with full understanding, without screwing out some new I'm think, don't think. Don't try to make bicycle, it's already given to us. Simply Mahajanoy Nagata Sampata. But according to the Shakalapatra, time, place and circumstances, you have to package in such a way so people can relate to that. Wow, it's cool. Like Prabhupada came to San Francisco first time, and when somebody didn't know who is Krishna even, you know. Any one of you read the book 26 Miracle on 22nd Avenue? Mukunda Maharaj, he wrote, beautiful. And he writes that devotees, he didn't know even what is a temple. He said to Mukunda Maharaj, Michael Grant, we have to open temples. There will be our embassies all over the world. So, and he got this mission. Wow, super. Then he went to Shyam Sundar and Malati Mataji. Now we had a beautiful association in Alachua. I just came from there. And she said, well, we were somewhere here in New Jersey, they were doing some forest supervising. And they had agreement with government. They cannot leave that job. And Mukunda came, let's go. We have to open temples. I said, no, we cannot go because we have agreement with government till first snow fall down. September month, something like it was September or October. But snow going to come out in December only perhaps. Nowadays, half December, no snow. It's like winter. It's like we have spring like this in Russia. Really. Supposed to be snow, cold, you know. Now, so what snow are you talking about? There's no snow. So we cannot go now. So sad, you know. Swamiji said we have to open the temple. He said, what is a temple? Oh, it's front store painted white. Said, what is a temple? What does it mean, temple? It's front store house, shop, painted white. That's a temple. That was understanding of the temple. They didn't have any idea what's temple. No, we're not going anyway. We are busy. We have contract with government. Till first snow fall down, we cannot move from here. And guess what? They went to sleep. They woke up completely, everything white. What happened? Snow! Snow covered all forest, you know. They, snow! We can go now. And they left. They went to San Francisco. They didn't know even how Krishna looks like. They found that, and the rest is the history. And then they invited for this rock festival and whatever. But they didn't know how Krishna looks like. So they found some kind of drunkard artist, whatever, something. I've been in India, I know how God looks like. Oh, do you know? Let's paint, because Swamiji will come. He'll be very happy to see God. And you know, this guy, I don't know, he was using marijuana or what, of course. He made some big mountain with a volcano. Huge mountain with volcano coming. And from volcano, some blue guy with 4 hands, coming in. That's God, because he's blue. So anyway, when Prabhupada came, and nobody knew how to receive him, so Prabhupada always he was carrying with him mala, you know, garland with him in the bag. And just before coming out from airplane, he had to put that garland in. International guru, what to do? Because hippies, they don't know anything. So when Prabhupada came, because reporters, you know, you have to be international guru, you know, he has to present package. He has to make package, you know, international package. He had one drunkard disciple who is Nashawala. And he said, I already got one disciple. We're going to open international movement all over the world, you know. Prabhupada was always positive because perhaps he had the group blood B positive. Actually, as myself also, I have B positive. So, yes. And then Prabhupada came to that front store and wow, and he saw this volcano. Wow. Prabhupada was so shocked. You know, wow. This is God, Swamiji. God. Oh, really? And he doesn't know how, people have no idea how God looked like. All right. And then Prabhupada, he had one photo of Radha Krishna, you know, he just showed to all the hippies sitting in front of him. It was girls, you know, go like this. So Prabhupada came and said, this is God. And he showed Radha Krishna. So one guy said, hey, Swamiji, who is that lady? It was God. God, okay, blue God, we heard. And what about this lady? And Prabhupada looked at them and said, what to say? And Prabhupada said, it's his girlfriend. Wow! Prabhupada said that. He said, this is God, this is his girlfriend. He said, God has girlfriends. It's cool. Very nice. We like that. Because that was the language they could understand, you see. To explain this is Hladini Shakti, Ekapad Vibhuti, Tripad Vibhuti. What? That will be the last lecture, You got the point. Can you close this window, please? Little bit, because
I don't think I can reach it. I hope I can reach it.
Can I? Yes, sorry, because it's literally,
Lock it.
Alright, so anyway, that's my point. We have to really present Krishna consciousness from realization point of view, so people can relate it. You see? Sometimes I came just now I came from LA, and it was like, some Bollywood, Hollywood, not Bollywood, Bollywood also people. Hollywood guy, he is just a film producer. Hi! I just doing like this. So I have to do that. So they can, he's a cool guy, like that. And we became friends. He invited me to his house in Beverly Hill and whatnot. And we're now best friends now. What do you say? Hare Krishna, why Hare? Very good. Just chanting Hare Krishna. So anyway, what I'm trying to say, what I'm going to present to you, essence is the one, family. Okay? We're going to discuss the topic, which is to create strong hold of the Vaishnavas, right? A friendly, loving relationship. Okay, who wants that? Raise your hand. Okay, then you are qualified. And before we start, I'll introduce my friend, this friend, because he's getting angry with me. So you're talking, you never give a chance to me to speak. Few minutes, we can do one bhajan, okay? To warm up, because this is very, very important. Everybody ready?
Yes.
Everybody have to clap, because World Health Organization, they gave us this order to wear the masks, but also they discovered that those who are clapping the hand, at least 100 times every day, then heart-related diseases decrease 60%. And according to the scriptures, when you're clapping the hands, your all unfortunate lines, Akala Mrityu Haranam Sarva Vedivina, it will disappear by glorifying God, clapping, 2 in 1. Physically, getting strong, massage, Those who don't believe God, no mind, just make yourself strong. Because it's epidemic disease. We have to just be strong. Anyway, you will not lose anything. Otherwise money back. But what we can do, we can just simply generate that loving gratitude to our golden avatar. Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki! Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 कलयुग धर्म प्रेम नाम संकीर्तन या व्याखी जय गुरु वैष्णव वृंद की जय गौर प्रेम all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees. So you know, everybody, this is I'll show you, we'll start with this and we'll finish with something presentation we did. We took our leaders to Moscow just tick before pandemic. We just went with our leaders everywhere in Russia, in many places around. Actually, we used to do regularly, and we doing this regularly. And everybody want to create strong hold together, as we call hold means home of love and devotion, right? So nobody wants to live in the train station. Everybody want to live in the house, and therefore it's very, very important to understand what Srila Prabhupada wanted, mood and mission. And I would like to request, listen carefully. Somebody would like to read. Let's make it two-way traffic, so we can also. You can just.
All my disciples must work combinedly and with cooperation to spread this Sankirtan movement. If we cannot work together, then my work is stopped up. Our society is like one big family, and our relationships should be based on love and trust. We must give up the fighting spirit and use our intelligence to push ahead. Letter to Pendra, Los Angeles, 6th August 1970.
Push means pray until something happens. Very important. And it is explained also in Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, chapter number 30, text number 8. Let's read translation. Anyone would like to read? Dhananjay Prabhu, read.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear sons of the King, I am very much pleased by the friendly relationships among you. All of you are engaged in one occupation, devotional service. I am so pleased with your mutual friendship that I wish you all good fortune. Now you may ask a benediction of me."
Yes, very nice. It's thank you. This is Lord Vishnu tells to Prachetas brothers. They were 10,000 years under water, doing tapasya, super pupper tapasya, they did bhakti shastri, bhakti bhava, everything, right? Patri Samhita purpose. So this is, people sometimes they're doing everything, learning Sanskrit, they snoring in Sanskrit, they in India, I have seen this. In South, only themselves understand what they're talking about. Heavy tapasya, yogis. I was in Allahabad, I was organizing this Kumbh Melas. I've seen this all kind of yogis, Prayena Deva Munayo Swavi Mukti Kama, Prahlad Maharaj says, but they worry about themselves, beloved themselves. But Srila Prabhupada said, this is a mood of Krishna. Our business is to please Krishna. And I would like to share with you very important point. Listen here, I told you I'll be telling you out of the box. This is it's in Russian. In fact, I was doing this program in Russian Namahatas and with leadership in GBC level. Yes, and it's easy for us to understand, but I'll translate for you a few things. This is the Olympic Games in 70s, 1972, play Soviet Union with Canada, okay? It's history. I was mad after hockey because I was hockey player, in team. I was also part of the team, not national, but our local school team. And it's like, I don't know, in US they play hockey? No. Yes. They do. That's okay. Anyway, in India it's hardly you can see ice even. but here also almost like this already. So, but hockey is like, and you know what? Because that time it was very historical mission of Russia. And that was Olympic game final with NHL of Canada. 1972, you can check Mother Google, you can check it out. It's super historical. And Russian team was preparing for that match. Because it was a matter of prestige for Russia to win over capitalism, which was the emblem. That match was basically Cold War, those days were Cold War, nuclear Cold War, right? So, and then two empires, like communism empire and capitalism empire. That was the match. And to do that match successfully, and it was still most powerful hockey team player, NHL. So, and to face that team, these guys were like, huge, like mountains. And they even removed the helmets and so bully, so challenging. And here our guys, Russian guys, also strong, but average, and they're young also, and they challenge them. Nobody before in history they used to win this NHL team, and here we are going to face them. This most, challenging opponent, not enemy, opponent, right? This sport. But everybody knew. All Russia was watching this match, like millions of people watching. I was watching when I was a small kid. I was practically glued to the TV screen, like this. And we had there, I had the heroes, like everybody had Sachin Tendulkar or whatever, right? So, or whatever it may be, as His Grace, His Holiness Raghunath Maharaj was saying, this guy is playing with one small pig, this old baseball, pig ball. They have their ball, we also have Hari ball. They have ball, we also have Hari ball. So the only question with which ball you are playing. So these guys make a team. And in Russia we have 5-10 most excellent players, team, like Dynamo, Soviet, Wings, and just different, Spartak, CSKA, army team. And they took this one very great trainer, like, basically this is example of guru and disciple, right? I'm telling you from that angle. How guru, he wants to make a team. He wants to create a family. And what happened, they took the best players from all Russia. The best players. 2 players from that team, 2 players from that, and they make united team. Soviet Union united team from beaten pieces from different teams, right? And each and every team proud of their own team. And here what happened, they started to play, and guess what? In the very first 29 seconds, they lost. 1 goal, boom. In Olympic Games, 30 seconds didn't pass yet. They just started, boom, they lost. oh no, and all kind of, it's like, immediately self-esteem down. Wow. Then after 1 minute, one more goal. And then one more goal. So practically dry defeat. And there also coach and other guys, okay guys, if you're going to lose, let's lose with dignity. You see? Even the coaches, they lost their hope already. Just only few minutes of match started, and they're already 3-0 down. For hockey, it's like too much. And then already coaches say, oh no, okay, if we're going to lose, let's lose with dignity. Don't be depressed. And this one guy who is main hero, my hero was his name Kharlamov. Kharlamov, he was a hero of youth, like Sachin Tendulkar, you can say, okay, just to make you understand. He was like a hero. And when even coaches, they used to say, okay, let's lose, but with dignity. He said, what? Lose? And he was angry. How dare you can lose the spirit? You never lose. But what happened, the team players, they started to fight amongst themselves. It's your fault because you from that team and you guys from that team, you people selfish, you fighting. The fire started inside the family, inside the fire. So what happened next? Let's watch. And this is on the spot. There's no time to think. We are in the battlefield, in the front line. Now it's already on the spot. All video cameras, all of the world watching you. There's no point of... No, not here. Yeah. Okay. I'll translate for you. So, whose fault? It's your fault. It's not my fault. No, it's yours, you guys, It's temple management meeting. Patri does something on purpose. And then coach came. Everybody on the stage, on this ice. This guy saying, but they're broken, they're already injured. Make sure that everybody go on the ice. In between the what's called match, there is one break. Can you stop? Just in between the match, they have 3 matches, and in between there is 10 minutes break, where players are supposed to relax a little bit. And they, instead of relaxing, they are fighting among themselves. So coach said, hey, what's happened? You have enough energy now to fight? Okay, let's use this energy for training. It's best time to train ourselves. It seems like we are lacking something. Let's go. Everybody on the ice. What? You're supposed to relax. I told you quickly what I'm ordering you. Karnadharam. Guru is Karnadharam. He can catch your ear. Just do what I say. And he brought everyone. Now, unclockwise around me. Quick, everybody play. Everybody go around me. Quickly. Make circle very, very tight. Quickly. And then he said, those who are playing for that team, CSKA, stop. And those guys who were brought to this unity team, from that team, they stopped. And others, they were still moving, crashing against them. Everybody falling down. Stand up, go ahead, go. Again, those who are playing for that team, stop. Then another guys, those who are for another team, they stopped. And then another guy crashed against them. So was they falling and injuring themselves, And again, stand up, go ahead. And then other coaches, because they have different teams. What are you doing? Stop. We ordered you to stop. Shut up. I know what I'm doing. Very, very determined. Go on. Stop. This team, that team. They're crashing. They don't understand the purpose. What is going on? Why are you torturing the team? They're going to lose the battle if they will be too tired. Shut up. I know what they're doing. Go on. Go. Too relaxed, guys. You fighting amongst themselves. I'll teach you. Go on. And then finally, he says to the team from where Kharlamov was. He was from that team. It's called CSKA, Army Unit Team. Okay, now those who are playing for CSKA, stop! And this Kharlamov said, don't stop! He tells everyone, don't stop! I said stop! I said, don't stop! Then, come here. What happened? You're not listening to your guru or what? He said, Why not stop? Because we are not CSKA, we are not that team. Then who are you? We are united team of Soviet Union. So training is over. So similarly, don't stop. Why don't stop? Because we are not New Jersey, we are not Kathmandu, we are not Moscow or New York. We are united team of Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki! Yajna Sankirtana Prajay Jayantihi Sumedasa. Let's go! Against the clockwise. Quick! Now no comments, that's how you can watch. Quickly, quickly!
А теперь те, кто играют за ЦСКА! Стоять! Подъем, поехали дальше!
What? Stand up, let's go! Continue.
Плохие держимся! Спартак за ЦСКА! ЦСКА за Динамо! А теперь Динамо! Стоять!
And now another team, stop! Another team, stop!
Подъем!
Stand up, go, continue, close to each other, close.
Спартак! Стоять!
It's heavy actually when you're hitting somebody with skis, you know. Excuse me, explain, what are you doing? Stop this nonsense, why are you torturing everyone? Immediately stop torturing the team. Relax, let's see how relaxed this guy is.
Спартак! Стоять! ЦСКА! Не останавливаться! Я сказал! Не останавливаться!
Don't stop!
Харламов ко мне!
Harlamov, come here.
Что значит не останавливаться?
What do you mean, don't stop?
ЦСКА. Кто? Мы сборная. Сборная Советского Союза.
We are united team of Soviet Union. We are not this team or that team.
Тренировка закончена.
Okay, training is over. You got the point. So this is the point. Go ahead. And therefore it's very, very important to understand who are we. I am because we are. We are not this Namahata, that temple. We are. I am because we are. If you want to go fast, you have to go along. If you want to go far, you have to go together. We have to. So to have friendly relationship means, go ahead. Walking with a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the light. We'll read a few statements. Without friends, no one would want even to leave, even if they had all other worldly things. Aristotle has, he said. Even you have all world alone, so you cannot live. No. So anyway, let's keep it quickly. Actually, we do this exercise in the groups also. Wait, just okay. Just you can do it at yourself. Everyone, wait a minute. That's how to depend on somebody who doesn't have anything. I didn't take remote control. Everyone take a moment to think about what that word friendship means to you. Qualities you look for in a friend, how to act toward the friends, and what good friends do, vice versa, what bad friends do to you. Right? So very, very important. As Saint-Exupéry said, real friends not those who are looking at each other, but those who are looking in the same direction. Bhakti Vriksha is nothing but it's family, just like a group of friends. And group of friends is actually real friends are those with whom you can relax and be yourself. Really. This is actually real friendship. The friendship, this is a group of people with whom you can be yourself. No need to maintain status quo. You're not anymore big super pooper international preacher and regional secretary and GPC and United Nations member. I can crack jokes and I can be myself. Some people say don't like it, so you know what? I don't care. Because sometimes it's nice to have the head among the clouds Sometimes you have to keep your legs on the ground because it's too lonely on the top. You know that? Very lonely on the top. And I've seen with ABC, GBC, BBC, everybody. I spoke with so many people, with Hollywood producers, millionaires, Bollywood stars. Some of them smiling faces, crying hearts. Very lonely. And you have to smile because this is the rules of this world. Otherwise you'll not get job. You have to smile. But this is not what Krishna consciousness means. We have to be happy and satisfied in the heart. And as Vaisheshika Prabhu, he says, His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu, he said, we have to distribute overflow. Right? You cannot, Khali pet na bhajan Gopala lilo apna kanti mala. So, Khali pet, you know, and then once Mahanidhi Maharaj told me, Prachar ye bhojan ka dakkar. When you yourself eat enough and then, that's preaching. But when we have ourselves empty-handed and just, new fight. So, therefore we have to find out what is real friendship for us next. And the friendship means you are thinking, how is my friend? Now, he may be wanting a glass of water. So therefore asking, if you give it to me, I think you may require a glass of water. That is friendship. Friendship means feeling the friend's welfare always. Suharit. Friendship is not simply chatting. Friendship means thinking how my friend will be happy. This is friendship. Parasukha Sukhi. Srila Prabhupada conversation with disciples, May 10, 1969, Columbus, Ohio. Tell me the 5 people you associate with the most you become. Man known by his association. And to associate we need to have our own foundation. Every building depends on the integrity of foundation, right? Isn't it? We have to have that platform we associate. What is the principles? What's uniting us? Go ahead. And wait a minute. Now we're going to see this very, very nice example I found is in internet, which is very, very exemplary, can show how to work together. Of course, each and every slide we can go on. We can talk many things and examples, but since we have very shortage time, 9 o'clock already. How much time we have? Lifetime? No, usually it's like Shiva Sangam. Shrivas Angam, why we have to sleep? Come on. Wasting time. This is example of boat, the rowing, what do you call? You have to, if you really want to win the race, you have to work together. And the most important thing is watch. Who's counting? 1, 2, 1, 2. And everybody have to respect to the leader. Respect, because you cannot just win unless you have one guide. Synchronized. We have to be synchronized in our action. And we have to be unified as well. And everybody have to engage. Nobody can escape. Okay, let me just do only one hand. And we have to have common goal. Everybody have to be fired up. As Aindra Prabhu says, we have to become fire up. We cannot just be lazy bums, isn't it? And he says in Mayapur, get fire up. And we have to be focused. What do you want? What is our goal? What do we want? Very wonderful book of this is 7 Habits of Successful People. Start with the end. And we have to dedicate to get there. Because dream is always dream, but success is a dream plus timetable and deadline. We have to do it. We have to do it when we have to do it, what we have to do. Individual commitment to a group effort or goal, that is what makes a team work. A company work, a society work, a civilization work, wins Lombardy. This is actually true when we have the goal perspectives. So, and one fake friend can do more damage than 5 enemies. Fake friends believe in the rumors, real friends believe in you. A fake friend likes to see you do well, but not better than them. I don't mind you to do good preaching, but not as good as me. Fake friends are no different than shadows. They stick around during your brightest moments, but disappear during your darkest hours. You know, shadow, when sun is shining is fine, nice, prasadam in time, and you don't have any economical crisis. Pay close attention to the people who don't clap when you do kirtan, when you win. Pay close attention to the people, those not clapping to you when you're winning. Very common, very common. As Mother Teresa said, Mother Teresa, she says, when you give everything best you to the people, people will be never satisfied and they will ask more. Whenever you will be happy, people will think, oh, you have some selfish motivations behind. They'll blame you being selfish. Anyway, completely continue to be happy anyway. And then she says, whatever you will construct all your life, people will destroy in one night. Anyway, continue construct. And finally she says, anyway. And at the end she says, because at the end of the day, it's between you and God and never was between you and them anyway. Right? So, of course, let's go. We don't have time. Go ahead. So, and therefore different types of okay, go ahead. This is actually long seminar. Go ahead. There's different relationships you're going to have with different people. Go ahead. Go ahead. We can share this presentation with your leaders. You can go in details later, right? Wait. What is the real foundation for a real Krishna consciousness? Based on gratitude. Because if we are not grateful, correct. If you're not grateful, you are grateful. We have to be grateful for our acharyas, for Srila Prabhupada, for devotees, those who are risking everything, really. Even risking their health of coming here, by the way, right? To come here, I ask maybe dozens of sannyasis. Forget it, no. They're staying now in Vrindavan doing Hare Krishna bhajan and include big list attached. I can give you the list. Hardly anybody comes. But when we have relationships and friendship, who cares anyway? Somebody said, oh, we're going to die. Haribo, we're going to die. Go back to Godhead. No. Therefore, it's very, very important to be grateful for every piece of association. And that's why Sandipani Muni says to his Krishna Brahman Sudama, Aho he putraka yuyam asmat artheti dukkhitam atma vai praninam presthas tam anardritya matpara. He says, oh my children, you have suffered so much for my sake. The body is the most dear to every living creature, but you are so dedicated to me that you are completely disregarded your own comfort. So I just came from Boston, and from Boston, from the Commonwealth, pier, Prabhupada came, and I went there. I just really wanted to see how it is, and now it's a little bit more clean. But those days I could only imagine. I stood there, and just in front of me, huge skyscrapers like monsters, standing like that, and I imagined this small 1 meter 50 centimeters small Swamiji from Vrindavan, just newly arrived, first time in his life, just first time. And I really felt that mood of that prayer. Nachao, hey Prabhu, why did you bring me here? This is a place of Maha Ugrasthane, heavy Ugrasthane. And I felt myself completely negligent, this completely neglectfully small size, very, very small, insignificant. And I'm city boy, and I do have some few dollars with me, right? Donations. Prabhupada came 0, 40 rupees useless, he never spent. And he said, I never knew even to go left or right. And it's about sacrifice. He sacrificed everything. Etavan janma safalyam dehinam ihadihishu pranair arthardhiya vacha shriyas acharanam sada Krishna says. Like trees, they sacrifice everything. Prana is so energy of body. Dha, pranaya arthar, your opulence, money. Dhiya, intelligence, and vacha, your speech, your energy, sacrifice for the highest cause. Prabhupada did that. His life was his lecture. And if you are not grateful, then Who are we? You see, very samajhne ka mamla, andar ka mamla. So that's very important to develop that kind of attitude. For Guru and Krishna to sacrifice anything required. And friendship was the false foundation. Anyone? Oh, anyway, okay. This is a friendship was false foundation in Mahabharata. Mahabharat. Go ahead. We know the result, right? So this is, and they were also Gurukulis. Okay, anyway, too fast, but you got the point, right? There were also 2 Gurukulis, and Drupada promised to Dronacharya, I'll promise half kingdom, and then Sitaram, nothing happened. Then Dronacharya had to take it by force, and Mahabharata took place. When false foundation, false ego. Therefore, if you really want to have good relationships, first of all, I have separate presentation, of course, 3 secrets of good relationships, which are 3A of secrets. 3A, remember, otherwise money back. Attention, appreciation, and available. Friendship means you have to be available, not on Zoom only, on WhatsApp. That's also sometimes very difficult. But you have to be available. I'm here for you now, just for you. Past is a history, future is a mystery. I'm just here for you. Whether it's husband and wife, whether it's like friends and friends, whether it's like, leader and company or temple. I'm just, guys, I'm for you here. And people have to feel it. People will not follow unless we'll be able to follow available, appreciative, and attentive to the needs and feelings of people. Please don't tell me to tell all these things. It's a very damn important point. Because sometimes we are somewhere there and then we are looking back, no one following. Empty temples. One's wife asking the husband, my dear Prabhu, you know what happened? People, as soon as they, becoming rich, they stop to look when they're looking from the top down and the other people and just became puffed up. What's going on? Is it money corrupting people or what? As soon as they have some little bit super pooper, they stop to become, It's easy to be on the ground friendly when you have nothing. But once you're getting a little bit position or money, then what's happened? And he says, my dear wife, look in this window. And she looked, what do you see? He said, well, I can see car moving and mother taking baby to the school and many other stuff. Okay, and look in the mirror. She looked at the mirror. What do you see? There. I said, what else I can see? See, what's the difference, my dear wife? This is the glass and this is the glass. Both glass. But as soon as you add a little bit silver, you become selfish. You can see only yourself. If in the glass you add a little bit silver, just a little bit silver, you become selfish. That's the secret of material world. That's why Prabhupada said, don't be proud of borrowed plums. You know plums? These are in the hat in Lord's Palace in London. They have the hats with the swan's feathers. That's called plums. Sometimes people could not afford swan's feathers, not available everywhere, very costly affair. And so for some festivals they had to borrow for a few hours and pay money on rent. So don't be proud of taking on rent plums. No need, because nothing belongs to us in this world. We are just here for a few afternoons. Okay, go ahead quickly. We need to be flexible in our relationships, okay? Next. Need to be on the same page. Next. Next. And we have separatist mentality in Tamoguna, Rajoguna, Sattoguna. Okay? Depends the motivation. Why we came here? Why we came as a team? Why we came as a temple? Why we want to construct Maha super great project? Why? What do we know? What's the interest? That in future, next generations will come and they will become Krishna conscious. What about now? We're thinking about future, but we have no relationships amongst ourselves. Then what's the use of that future Krishna consciousness? As we say in Russian language, better than to have swan in the sky, better to have sparrow in the hand. So, violence, Jiva Goswami explains actually in his Sandarbhas. And then we have Rajaguna, power, position, etc., attachment. And then Sattoguna also. I'm so pure devotee. I am super pure devotee, and you people too much contaminated. Don't touch me, okay? I don't want to associate this. Yeah, sometimes superiority is satuguna. I am so pure, and you people not pure. Next. Therefore, devotee shows compassion to those poor souls who are wanting in spiritual knowledge by enlightening them in order to elevate them to Krishna consciousness. That is one of the duties of a devotee. And he should also make friendship with persons who are on an equal level with himself or who have the same understanding that he does. For a devotee, there is no point of making friendship with ordinary persons. He should make friendship with other devotees, so that by discussing among themselves they may elevate one another on the path of spiritual understanding. This is called Ishtagoshti. So in Bhagavad Gita there is reference to Badhayantas Parasparam, discussing among themselves. Generally pure devotees utilize their valuable time in chanting and discussing various activities of Lord Krishna or Lord Chaitanya amongst themselves. There are innumerable books such as the Puranas, Mahabharata, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads, which contain countless subjects for discussion among two devotees or more. Srimad Bhagavatam 329:18. Okay, and finally we want to make statement of Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj. Very nice statement. Namaskar, can you kindly read? Go ahead.
Srila Prabhupada has built a house in which everyone can live. However, we should remind ourselves that Srila Prabhupada built a wonderful house, not a circus. In a circus, everybody is acting wildly, and freak shows are considered part of the normal flow of events. A wholesome household, however, is an organized one. Members fulfill specific roles to assist in the maintenance of their home. Although their roles may differ, then family members bond, work, and share together. Similarly, we should always try to increase the level of our own consciousness in order to please our father and mother and to uplift our brothers and sisters. Quality service is most important.
Okay. Next. And I would like to show you. Well, we can. Go ahead. Okay. Maybe I can just show myself because we're getting late. And no, I want to show you a video. And actually, when we are making the team, like for example, it's very important when we want to withdraw something from the people. It's very, very important. We have to invest first. They have conflict with each other. So, can you just switch it off? When we, because at the end of the day, what we have. At the end of the day, what we have each other. I told many times, I told many times, when people, especially those who first feel in Krishna consciousness, last time my mother became devotee. This time I went, I still was keeping in my mind, my father has to get on the board, and my father is communist, but they said, Papa, aapka number aayega, pakka. So this time I went specifically for my father actually. And I did horse riding for him, we went together, we had a fun. And this time my father, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I said, wow, super, bless me. So I stand on my knees and my father put on his hands, Hare Krishna, bless you, okay, go, you got it. So we had such a fun, you see. And sometimes it's nice to be devotees, that's okay, we are devotees, but we are human beings also, you see. And sometimes we have to have a fun, spiritual fun. And it's about investment. So a few years ago, I took all my leaders, to Russia. Because they were always calling me, hey, Patri, you only promising us, hey, one day I'll take you to Russia. Hey, I'm telling them already since 15 years, maybe more. And they already lost the hope. Come on, it's just poking us, you're always joking, you never take us. And it was already for my false ego, I will take them, I have to do it because I started to disrespect myself already. Come on. So I went to my friends in Moscow, I just collected some donation and they paid for their tickets, and they organized gorgeous facility for staying, fooding. 12 people, it's just not just one, one ticket there cost also $1,000 for one person only. So we took brahmacharis, grihastas, okay, grihastas also, let's go. And we went together. You know what, we had such a super far. We went to Siberia, we went to St. Petersburg, and just to be together. And when you're coming back, you can perform 10 times better, efficiently and effectively. Because it's already connection, not on this level, but on this level. You see, like bricks, when we have masala, it becomes strong wall. And even the blow will come, but because masala is getting stronger, we can withstand. Hold like gladiators, right? I told them that I'm not going to show you all these movies today, but gladiators, they do. When heat comes, wave comes, because they're together, and we have to invest. You cannot withdraw unless we invest. So, shall I show you the clip, or we can just go? This is Russian clip. One hope can start new life. I taught them Russian language also. I took them to museums and palaces of kings and whatnot. And we dressed ourselves in typical Nepali dress. We went to Red Square and did kirtan there. One prayer can make animal into human being. And we did kirtan in heart of Russia, Red Square, and police came. You cannot sing here. I said, no, this is our national song. Okay, we are foreigners, you can do it. One ship can cross you through the ocean. One star can save the ship in the ocean. This is the palace of the king in St. Petersburg. One horse can win the battle. And we dress them in Russian dress, the kings. One flower can express emotion. And one kind heart can make bright future for millions. Thank you for your kind heart. Thank you. Spasibo means thank you in Russian. And this is a statement. If you want to go fast, you have to go alone. But when you want to go far, we have to go together. The spiritual master lives forever by his divine instructions. We are trying to give people that happiness which will never be exhausted. That is Krishna Consciousness.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shloka ki jai, Shloka ki jai.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hey.